Crocco, head baseball coach at Erksine College, here with Figure It Out Baseball. We're on our poolside off angle. A lot of times as we work drills as coaches, we tend to overemphasize one side of the field and not touch on the ball that would be on the inner half. Our goal here with our poolside drill is for our guys to take a similar swing that they did on the oppo side, just change their contact point, and this allows them to feel where their contact point should be and what hitting a true backspin baseball looks like. This is our off-angle drill for the left-hander. Really nothing changes as far as approach for these guys, but we're just going to work on the other side of the field. After our righties get done, we tend to try to group our left-handed hitters together so that we don't have to move the L screen in the middle of the drill. Again, you see Greg's working on keeping his front side closed, staying through the baseball, and driving that ball with backspin in the opposite field gap. Now we're on the pull side for our off-angle drill. A lot of times coaches tend to shy away from doing anything on the pull side, but we believe that there's going to be pitches that are thrown in. And after we do our off-angle on the opposite field gap, we want our guys to take a very similar swing while staying closed with their front side and quiet. We want our hands to be able to basically change our contact point. So if we take our contact point and move it out front just a little bit more on the inner half, we can take a very similar short swing. So here's Levon on the pull side. He's doing a really good job of staying back. I think our thrower, our guy that's going to be flipping balls, Coach Kaufman's doing a really nice job of making sure that his hand gets back so these guys can work their rhythm and work their timing. Swing doesn't look much different than he was on the off-angle side, on the away side. Here on the pull side, he's just changing his contact point. We want to continue to take that good, short, compact, and strong swing. Alongside of that, we want to make sure that we're getting through the baseball on the pull side as well. So ultimately, we want to isolate our hands. This is a great drill on the pull side to work our contact point with our hands and not start spinning to try and get to that ball in the inner half. As these guys begin to see what good true line drive ball looks like, they'll be able to have immediate feedback on where their contact point was and how far the baseball's flying. On the pull side, we'll get immediate feedback as well on if guys are spinning on the baseball. Ultimately, the ball's going to dictate it. So if they're hitting balls foul consistently, and that means they're doing two things. One, they're getting far around the baseball and their hands are getting away from their body, or their front shoulder and their upper body is rotating too much. So ultimately, we want these guys to stay short and quick with their hands on the pull side. And ultimately, they're going to get a good, true backspun ball, just like Crouch did right there, of getting through the baseball, staying compact, and getting good extension through it. Again, if a ball is top spinning and coming back towards the line, or really just taking a ball flight that doesn't have any backspin or life, typically that means that we're in and out of the zone. As our hands get away from our body, we're going to kind of pull back towards that pull side, and there's not going to be any extension. Typically, if you see a guy that's pulling the ball that much, that means that he's in and out of the zone. The focal point here for this drill, we want to talk about getting through the big part of our gaps. Left center gap on the pull side, and it would be right center gap on the opposite field side. We always say, hey, we got a diamond that we're working with, and if we're a little bit early, that means we're going to be in the pull side gap. We want to get through the middle. If we're a little bit late, we'll be in that opposite field gap. So we want to use the whole field and hit hard line drives through the middle of the field, which gives us a lot more room for error as we get through. Okay, what we're looking for here is ball flight. And you'll see as Levon gets through a ball and he works on getting extension, you're going to have that good, true backspin. You're going to have nice line drives. As he's missing under the ball, you'll see that the balls kind of don't have as much life off the bat. And I think the one thing from a coaching standpoint that you don't want to be too focused in on is exactly where the ball is or lands. You're looking on true ball flight. And I think right there, even with Dion, you saw that ball was missed the middle end. And as he gets through the ball, depending on where that ball is located in and around the plate, is going to dictate true spin coming off of his bat. ultimately, if he's in the right area every time and he's being consistent at getting through the ball, some balls are going to come off different. Some balls are going to come out with more true backspin and more life. So one thing I always look at as well is always to see where that ball was located and really where it ended up. If we pull off the baseball on our front side, you're going to see that almost immediately. If you watch the back of Chase's jersey, you're going to see his number very early when he spins on a ball and that ball goes foul. And you'll see him, if he stays through a ball, that his shoulders are going to be much more tighter. He is a guy that has had to work on not spinning, and ultimately this drill is a great drill for him to work on leading with his hands, to get his hands out front. Mark Crocco, head baseball coach at Erksine College. You just watched our pull side off angle video. Please join us in our locker room for our competitive boards.